All right, let's try this again. I'm Pastor Bobby D. Hamilton from the Friendship Church, and this is Move Monday. I welcome you to Move Monday. This is the day that we get together and do what we've been designed to do, and that's to encourage one another to move. Let me begin by saying that I'm not moving right now. I've already got my Sunrise 6 in, and I'm posted up right here sitting on a fire hydrant because I finished my running for the day, and I just want to encourage you today. Let me give a big old shout out to Paul the barber, who I saw on Friday night. Paul was going to a high school football game along with his son. He said, "Hey, Pastor, I see you on Move Mondays." So I want to applaud you, Paul, for you and your son and you being dedicated to your son and all that you have been doing and just being a frequent guest right here on Move Monday. And so this is the community where we encourage one another to do something. We don't have to all do the same thing, but we all got to do something. And so I want to just thank you so much for just being dedicated and being faithful to do that. I'm hearing from so many. I'm seeing from so many of you. And you're doing it every Monday. You may be doing it incrementally. You may have been doing it under protest, but you're starting to do it. And that's to be applauded. Give a big old thumbs up, a big shout out, a pat on the back, an attaboy, an attagirl to yourself for what you're doing, because it makes a difference. It makes a difference in your rest. It makes a difference in your thinking. It makes a difference in your ability to matriculate. It makes a difference in everything. Just being able to move, to do something consistently. It's your day. It's your time. You can walk. You can run. You can cycle. You can swim. You can do yoga. You can do kickboxing. You can do your calisthenics. Whatever you want to do, it's you. Just do it. And also encourage us as you do it. Let us know what you're doing. We're just trying to make sure that we be a people who are just ordinary people who are trying to make sure that we take care of this extraordinary temple that God has given to us. So let me encourage you to move. Let me thank God for those of you who have some hesitations about moving, and yet you're able to do what you're able to do, and we applaud. Just do what you do. You ain't got to be in no race. You have to be in marathon, triathletes. You don't have to be in competition for the strongest man or the strongest woman. We're not even about that life. We're about the life of simply saying we are alive, and we need to take care of our temple. We need to take care of what we put into our bodies, but also take care of our bodies. That's all that this is really about. So if you're able to do a knee bend, if you're able to do a lean, if you're able to actually lean against your wall or climb up your stairs, whatever you can do, that's an amen. You're part of the Move community. It's a community. It's Move Monday, y'all. And so I want you to move, and I want you to celebrate and pick somebody today who you need to also encourage in the movement. Don't condemn them. Don't shame them. Don't play or hate them. Share this with somebody else, but I want you to be their biggest encourager. What you've been able to do, somebody else needs to do, and you can help them do it by moving. Now, while you're moving, move your way over to YouTube. I'm in this sermon series at the Friendship Church, and I've been talking about we're going to make it out of the book of Philippians. But yesterday I talked about don't let your haters shut you down. Don't let your haters hold you back. Don't let them shut you down. And I looked at Philippians chapter 3, verse 1 through 11. And I talked about how these haters showed up at the church of Philippi, and they tried to shut them down, tried to hold them back by talking about they really weren't saved. Unless they had circumcision with the flesh and they had the Mosaic law, then they really were not. They were not born again believers. And Paul said that's a lie. And Paul started talking about his credentials and how he shut down his pre-Christ credentials. And he says all of that was a loss. That when I came to Christ, when he met Jesus Christ, that all of his resume of religiosity did not matter because he got a relationship. I said yesterday, Paul had enough of religion to keep him out of trouble, but he didn't have enough relationship with Christ to keep him out of hell. And so I talked about the importance of we got to know Christ. And when our haters come, if you don't do anything, if you're not about anything, if you're not trying to follow God sincerely, you won't really have a bunch of haters. But when you get serious about serving the Lord, the haters will show up and attack your house, your family, your ministry, your endeavors, because you're trying to do something. As long as you don't care about people who are caught up in brokenness and bondage, and people who are bivouacking with burdens and pain, nobody gonna bother you. You good as gold. But when you start stepping into the depth of where demons dwell and in the depth of lion's den and try to bring liberation and hope and love and grace and mercy, when you try to be a reconciler of wrongs and differences, I assure you the hounds of hell are going to show up, and haters dressed as sheep are going to show up too. And you got to be able to stand there and be able to handle your haters, because it means that God is up to something. I'm talking to somebody right now because you've been having a hard time with haters in your house, haters on your job, haters in your gym, and you've been wondering what to do. Keep on serving the Lord. Leave them to the Lord. But in the meantime, Paul also said in that very text is that he set his mind that he wants to know Christ. He's dedicated to chasing Christ. He's sold out to understanding that the same God who saved him, Christ, he wants to now know him. So here's the Monday morning question. What are you chasing? What are you chasing after? Some of you on the side of my voice, what possession are you chasing after? What position are you chasing after? What are you passionate about? Paul said he was passionate about Jesus Christ. He wanted to know him and the power of his resurrection and the fellowship of his suffering, being conformed to his death. And that the aim of his life, the quest of his life, was chasing after Jesus Christ. What are you chasing after? What are you really, really after? What do you really, really desire in life? Is it a political party? Is it political possession? What are you really, really chasing after? We got to ask that question. So today, can you chase after Christ? I mean, can you open the Bible? Can you pray? Can you meditate? Can you confess your sin? Can you just sit there and pontificate on the goodness of the Lord? Can you try to memorize one verse today? Can you really, the God who saved you, isn't he worth your chasing him? I'm saying that today, haters are going to come, but you got to know who you are. And when you know who you ought to thank him for saving your sin-sick soul. But not only that, you ought to also be able to chase him. Oh, don't let somebody else do your chasing. Don't let somebody else do your studying. Don't let somebody else do your seeking. Chase him yourself. I heard Jeremiah say in Jeremiah 29, the Lord said, when you seek me with a whole heart, I'll let you find me. You've put your best effort in trying to chase a woman, a man, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, chase a new house, a new car, chase your winning lottery number, chase some chips down at the casino, and you've been chasing all your life, but you've been chasing dead ends, and that which leads to death and not to life. Today, I want to encourage your heart today to chase after the Savior, that you may know him. That's a personal experience. And you may know the power of his resurrection. You need some resurrection power and the fellowship of his suffering. You've been suffering for a mighty, mighty long time. But because the chase isn't right, the response isn't right. And I want to encourage you today on Wednesday night at the Friendship Church. I'm going to deal with that again. I'm going to deep dive in that some more, because there's some more meat on that biblical bone. We may be able to comprehend how to handle your haters and how to understand what it means to be the true circumcision and what it means that everything else is dung, is rubbish in light of knowing Christ, and how to chase right. Today, I want to encourage you to exhaust the chase, to call off the hunt. You've been chasing the wrong thing, the wrong person for the wrong reason. There's a Savior who loves you with all of his heart, who loves you. He gave his very best. He loves you. And he wants you today to make up your mind, not just to be a nominal or mediocre, not to be a sometime, not to be a carnal Christian, but to be a chasing Christian. You chase the marijuana. You chase the chronic. You chase so many things and for so many reasons, and yet you found out after you caught what you chased, it really wasn't worth the chase. Today, I want to encourage your heart. Help somebody. Pray for somebody. I'm getting ready to go, y'all. I got to go and stretch, because the older you get, you got to stretch. I'm going to stretch. But I look forward to seeing your face in the place, seeing your face on Wednesday night at the Friendship Church, a place to begin again. What a mighty God we serve. Be blessed. Tell somebody about Move Monday. We making it happen by the grace of God. What a mighty God we serve. Say amen. And don't let your haters, Mr. Hater, Sister Hater, Cousin Hater, hold you back. I'll see you Wednesday night at Friendship, a place to begin again. Have a great day, y'all.